Breaking news for you tonight. Jeff Hardy has been arrested. Adam, what's going on?
Jeff Hardy arrested this morning in Volusia County, Florida. The arrest report is on the county's website right now. Booked in at 12:45 a.m. On 3 charges: DUI, driving with a suspended or revoked license, and violating restrictions placed on his license. The bond listed at $3,500. DUI charge, the biggest one of that lot, $2,500. This is going to be his third DUI charge within 10 years. Pretty awful stuff.
Heading into what was going to be a big week for Jeff Hardy, set to be a part of the Triangle Ladder match at Dynamite Road Rager on Wednesday, and then set to team with Matt Hardy to headline Triple Mania Tijuana on the weekend. And I would imagine we've not heard at time of recording anything from any of the parties involved. We haven't heard anything from Tony Khan at time of recording, but I would imagine those bookings are in doubt now.
Absolutely. I mean, he's got his first court hearing on Wednesday afternoon, so I think it's very, very unlikely. And it would also be very foolish to use Jeff on either of those shows, given what's going on. Like, Jeff has had his fair share of legal troubles, and I guess I want to preface this by saying that truly I do wish Jeff all the best. Massive part of my childhood. He's the guy that I wanted to be when I was growing up. I struggle to have sympathy, right? In that it's fair enough. He's putting his own body at risk with what he's doing, but the DUI stuff, you're putting other people in harm's way. He could kill somebody driving under the influence. And again, massively wish him all the best. But it's not difficult to get an Uber. It's not difficult to get a taxi. And I don't know, I hope I don't sound like an arsehole here, but he's had so many chances, and he came out of WWE, they offered him help, and he said he didn't need help, and I think it's clear that he does need help, so I hope he gets that help to prevent him not only harming himself, but potentially harming other people. This isn't the first time he's done it.
I think there is something to be said for maybe Jeff Hardy just coming away and getting that help now.
Yeah, I think so as well. I just want what's best for him, but it's very frustrating and upsetting for this to happen time and time again. And you know what? It happens with far too many wrestlers, far too many people in general. It's a real horrible thing to do, is to drive under the influence of anything which may impair your ability to operate a vehicle, because you are really putting other people at risk, and it's not fair. It's horrible.
This is a breaking, rolling news story, and of course we will keep you updated as we get details at Cultaholic.com. No doubt there'll be statements to come from promotions that Jeff Hardy is associated with, i.e. AAA and AEW, and of course we'll keep you across those at Cultaholic.com.
And if anything breaks very shortly after, we'll pin a comment or something with something, and we'll give you a proper update tomorrow. I'm sure a lot is going to be said over the coming hours and perhaps through the night here in the UK, and we'll wait for Tony Khan to issue a statement, as Tom says, and the various other bits. Matt Hardy hasn't yet commented. It'll be interesting to hear because he's quite vocal about these sorts of things involving Jeff, but I would suggest certainly that Jeff will not be involved in that ladder match on Wednesday, nor should he be.
No, absolutely not. A few other bits to touch on before we let you go today. Troy Donovan has addressed his release from WWE. This came really out of the blue. It was Troy Stacks Donovan, who has been part of the Tony D'Angelo's group, and very suddenly was released from the company. According to Dave Meltzer, it was a policy issue. And I know that Jack and Ross talked a little bit about what that might mean. We're still no clearer this evening on what that is. I mean, you can make your speculations. He has released a statement saying on Twitter, he says, "Thank you to everyone who's reached out. Mistakes happen and lessons are learned. A bump in the road doesn't define me, though. I will be back." There's been a few things that have been said that suggest that we may see Troy Donovan back in WWE in a year's time.
Yeah, they told him, right, that it wouldn't be unrealistic to imagine that he'll be back. So they obviously see something in the guy. I mean, we could speculate all day as to what a policy violation could mean. This could be anything, I guess, from something to do with, maybe his behavior outside of the ring, something like that. This could be him earning in ways. I'm not suggesting he's got like an OnlyFans or something like that, but this could be him having earnings which aren't permitted by WWE, and they're pretty tight contracts regarding that sort of stuff. I admire the guy for just coming out and being like, mistakes happen, lessons are learned. I think it feels like he's holding his hands up here, doesn't it?
Would like to correct myself. It's Troy Two Dimes Donovan. We're getting mixed up with Channing Stacks Lorenzo. So if you haven't yet gone to the comments and told me so, thank you for waiting. He's definitely Two Dimes. It's Troy Two Dimes Donovan. And as you say, putting his hands up and claiming like this, this is on me. See you down the road. So we'll see how that all pans out.
He's a talented guy, isn't he? Like the bits that I've seen of him, and I'm not going to pretend that I watch NXT 2.0 every single week. I catch up on the clips and I watch the odd match here and there. I really like the group that he's in. I think there's a lot of charisma in there, and I think it's not like a massive monumental loss for NXT or anything like that. But it's a shame. But fair play to him for just coming out and being like, yeah, I messed up. And you know what? This is a good time for him to go away, get a bit more experience away from the Performance Center, learn a little bit more, come back and do things right.
Yeah, big shout out to Two Dimes tonight. Finally, a bit of news about some moving and shaking between Raw and SmackDown. Now, this isn't a move across brands or anything like that, but it's something that we're seeing quite a lot more in weeks gone by. PW Insider saying that some Raw stars are scheduled to rock up on SmackDown on Friday. They're saying that AJ Styles and Finn Balor are scheduled for the SmackDown taping in Minneapolis. Now, we don't know yet whether that's going to be in a dark match capacity or whether there's going to be some televised stuff on Fox. But we are seeing more and more, Adam, aren't we? The relaxing of the brand split and people sort of popping up in different places.
We are. I think it'd be weird to do something on telly with them. I'm not saying it definitely won't happen, but we've seen in recent months, I guess now, Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins doing dark matches, especially in the absence of Roman Reigns. They've been doing dark matches on the Blue brand just to get a bit more star power on the card, essentially, to sell a few more tickets because they can advertise them ahead of time. And it's it's a nice way if it's a SmackDown show that ends on a sour note in the eyes of kayfabe, you can bring Finn and AJ out. AJ beats Finn, doesn't mean anything because it's not on telly, and you send the crowd home happy. Do you see them doing anything on the show?
I think you've kind of hit the nail on the head there. I think we could see it being a case of it is just to send the fans home happy. We do know that Roman Reigns is set to appear on SmackDown.
Oh, of course he is.
To face Riddle. I believe, I'm checking. This is the joy of rolling news. I am double checking that it is this coming Friday, where he's facing Riddle for the undisputed title. So whether it's a case of putting on a match to send people home happy after inevitably Roman Reigns retains the title.
He's obviously not dropping it to Riddle. They got plans for Randy Orton at the next pay-per-view, it's a weird one, SmackDown at the moment. It doesn't feel quite complete without Roman Reigns, and so I think that's a lot of why we're seeing this sort of stuff happen. But they're two of WWE's biggest stars for sure, and obviously they'll have a great match and have a laugh and people will clap and it'll be lovely.
It'll be a lovely, lovely time. We'll have more news about that and our breaking story over at Cultaholic.com. We'll keep you updated as Jeff Hardy has once again been arrested. All details about that you'll find, as I say, at Cultaholic.com. Stay safe and love you. Bye.